Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents Survivor Series War Games Predict the Outcome. As two iconic names come together as one, the Survivor Series War Games Predict the Outcome. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about Survivor Series, including these two historic matches on the main roster. For the men's side, Team Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, plus Damage Control taking on Team Bianca. And we already know who is the fifth woman on the team. We'll talk about that coming up, who that fifth woman could be. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show with Bianca Belair announcing who that fifth woman could be. We'll talk about it as well. Also, two undercard matches as well. Finn Balor, um, AJ Styles, both similar in their careers, face off once again at Survivor Series and to see their respective team as the leaders of their team, as well as a championship matches, including the women's championship match from SmackDown, as well as the United States Championship match as Seth Rollins celebrates 10 years of being in WWE. We talk about the Survivor Series, predict the outcome, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. This is Kendrick Dix here for your Survivor Series, predict the outcome for War Games here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here. We talk about Survivor Series War Games and what a Survivor Series this is going to be. This is the first time ever War Games will be in place for a huge match for Survivor Series. We know Survivor Series is all about traditional elimination style, but this time it's War Games involved in Survivor Series. And what a fantastic concept Triple H had done about War Games Survivor Series. It used to be a time back in the 80s that Survivor Series and War Games going head to head. And now since WWE brought on the WCW way back then with War Games, it's part of the part of the concept. All right, we'll get to War Games coming up right now, but we're gonna get things started with this. The United States Championship is on the line as Seth Rollins defends his United States Championship against former champions Austin Theory and Lashley. As you can tell, Austin Theory used to be with the cell phone gimmick and stuff. Not no more. Austin Theory ditched the cell phone gimmick after cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase against Seth Rollins in an impromptu match that he thought Theory was going to win. Theory was wrong on that night. Theory snapped. Theory had the match won until Bobby Lashley came out there and just decimated everyone in sight. He decimated people that came left to right. Like I said, Lashley decimated who he wanted to decimate, thus leaving Theory to get his hands on once his championship back with Seth Rollins and get revenge on Bobby Lashley and what Bobby Lashley did to him. Theory now with a mean streak, looking forward to Survivor Series to do some damage and do something to make himself famous again or do something. I know him and Bobby Lashley had a hell of a run through this past week on Raw. As Theory was trying to play cat and mouse with Lashley, and now we know between these three men who's going to emerge victorious at Survivor Series between Seth Rollins, Theory, and Lashley. I'll tell you this, brother. It's going to be a physical match. This might be the match of the night, if you ask me. I'm looking at. I don't know. I mean, everyone has a gripe with somebody, but look for Seth Rollins to retain his championship one way and one how, and Seth Rollins could do that. So look for Seth Rollins to get away again by sneaking a victory over Theory In theory, getting more madder that he doesn't have the United States Championship. Why they ain't competing for the WWE title, if you ask me? We'll never know. All right. We know that one match that everyone's looking forward to. We're going to talk about one of the women's matches, and it's the women's War Games match. As you see right here, Team Damage Control, the team captain Bailey consists with tag team champions Dakota Kai and Ego Sky, as well as the Judgment Day Rhea Ripley, and we don't forget what's her name, crazy Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is lately has been ditching her superhero character, and Nikki Cross looking for a new lease in life after she had done what she did to the 24/7 championship, dished the goal, and now Nikki Cross is now a new fledged woman with Damage Control by her side. And I guess Nikki Cross is making it seem like she is that. But we know that earlier this week on Raw this past Monday was a advantage match between Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won her match over Asuka to get the advantage for her team. But we know that Team Bianca Belair said that they had an ace up their sleeve and they weren't going to reveal who they had to bring out until SmackDown tonight on Friday. Now we know who Bianca Belair has chosen to come out there and help her out. We saw her earlier tonight on SmackDown. The cat is out the bag. Becky Lynch is back. Becky Lynch now will represent Team Bianca to take on Damage Control. Becky Lynch saying that she wanted to get her hands on Team Bianca 4 months ago at SummerSlam when they interrupted her and cost her championship. Now Bianca Belair has that moment now of the sun of choosing Becky Lynch, who's also sporting new gear. So Becky Lynch is back. Becky Lynch wants to get revenge and help Bianca Belair out to get rid of Team Damage Control. So we'll see that Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch is back. Becky Lynch is back with a vengeance. Becky Lynch is here. So look for Team Bianca to win their match over Team Damage Control and getting the win. Team Damage Control is done. So we'll see that at Survivor Series. So look for Team Bianca to emerge victorious over Team Damage Control. All right. Also, too, another match at Survivor Series dealing with the women. Chauncey Blackheart. Chauncey takes on SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. This happened when Chauncey won the six pack challenge to earn herself a title match. Many people thought that Chauncey wasn't going to have a chance. Well, Chauncey got to prove those naysayers wrong. With the help of her friend Raquel Rodriguez, Chauncey got the win over Shayna Baszler last week over upset. I think Shayna Baszler didn't know Chauncey had it in her to do what she did. Maybe Chauncey looked at it like that. Well, we know that Chauncey getting the title opportunity earlier tonight on SmackDown. Chauncey was a little bit more concerned for her friend um Raquel. After Raquel and her had a tag team match against SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda and Shayna Baszler. Well, Ronda and Shayna playing dirty tactics did this right here, damaged Raquel's arm. Raquel had one arm and badly damaged it. Raquel put up a valiant effort, and I was rooting for Raquel. I was like, no, Raquel, don't go out there. Raquel tried to help her friend out, Chauncey, to take down take down Ronda and Shayna, but Ronda and Shayna got the best of Raquel doing what they did. Ronda taking advantage by using that arm bar and put the arm bar on poor Raquel. Raquel didn't have no choice but to tap. due to what had happened to her. Raquel Rodriguez um losing for her team. But we know that at Survivor Series, Chauncey has her work cut out for her. But you want to know what my prediction is. So the prediction is Ronda Rousey will retain her women's championship, and Chauncey will put up a fight, but it won't be enough to defeat the powerful, mighty Ronda Rousey, who's been influenced lately by her friend Shayna Baszler. Ronda been influencing her, or vice versa. But look for Raquel to get her revenge on Ronda, probably at Royal Rumble and stuff. Look for that and see. Also, too, at Survivor Series, a battle of leaders as AJ Styles, who leads the OC Club, takes on Finn Balor, who leads the Judgment Day. We know these two men, both similar in career, similar in height, similar in styles. We know both men was in the Bullet Club. Um, Finn led, founded the Bullet Club. AJ led the Bullet Club when Finn was gone and went to NXT. Now these two men will battle out. They had a match one time before. We're back in 2017, and now these two men. We can look at the tail of the tape right here. We want to look at it right quick. Tail of the tape. Both are similar in age, similar in height, similar in weight. Not in what they're fighting with. Um, in ring experience, just about there. 21 years for Finn, 23 for AJ. Um, both former world champions, intercontinental champions, United States champions, tag team, I think tag champions, but they're similar in style. So Finn Balor versus AJ Styles will be a good one. Be a barn burner. A lot of people like to say they're barn burner between these two men. Um, like I said, look for Finn to win this match over AJ, and Finn getting the win and cementing himself through another feud with AJ down the road once again. We know that Finn and the Damage Control, not Damage Control, Finn and the Judgment Day did that impromptu attack and stuff right here. So we know what we're going to see at Survivor Series when these two factions collide one on one. So we'll look forward to see that match. And two, um, we want to talk about on SmackDown news a little bit. Ricochet took on Braun Strowman one on one for the SmackDown World Cup. Ricochet um, tried to pin Braun. Braun and Ricochet had that match, but the Brawling Gunther's team came out there to help beat up Braun and outsmart Braun. I guess Gunther didn't want to take on Braun because Gunther knew Braun was a threat to his title. Well, Braun got counted out due to the fact that Ricochet won the match. Ricochet was trying to help Braun. Braun got jumped by all the members again. And Ricochet came out there to help make the save. Ricochet helped Braun earn his respect. And Braun, with that ignorant statement one time about high flyers do jumpies and stuff. You know how that be. Also, too, Bray Wyatt continues to play mind games. Bray Wyatt was in the ring earlier. Bray Wyatt talked about he's a this and that, and then Uncle Howdy showed up, popped up, and then they continue on with LA Knight getting attacked once again by Bray. Bray didn't see it. LA Knight right here got attacked right here again by Bray. What's going on? It's like it's getting weirder and weirder every week. We know that LA Knight last week got attacked from what he was doing, and I said, man, LA Knight get attacked more weeks than one with Bray. Then they talked about Bray. Uncle Howdy sent this message, this number, and folks called the number and text the number, and this is what they got. I'm like, what in the world? It's getting weirder and weirder. So I don't know what to say about that, but it's kind of weird that Bray Wyatt will do such a thing after what the damage he done last week to LA Knight right here, leaving LA Knight unconscious and out. Also, too, Santos Escobar took on Butch in the World Cup second round to the finals. Santos won his match over Butch when Butch got distracted by the brawl between the Bloodline and the Usos. The Usos and the Brawling Brutes. That would cause him to get distracted. So what else happened? That's kind of it. Then we're gonna move forward to the main event right here. This is gonna be the main event right here. Team Bloodline, led by team captain and undisputed champion Roman Reigns, led by undisputed tag champions the Usos, Solo Sakai, and Sami Zayn, taking on the Brawling Brutes, Team Brawling Brutes, led by Sheamus, taking with Kevin Owens, Butch, um, Ridge Holland, and Drew McIntyre. These 10 men gonna do battle tomorrow night, or maybe tonight, wherever you're watching it. But we know that on Raw earlier this week, Kevin Owens explained why he joined, and Kevin Owens making it crystal clear that Sami Zayn's been brainwashed and doesn't know what he's doing. We know the Brawling Brutes are here and they want to do some damage, and that's what they want to do. They want to go to war, and they're going to go to war. Well, interesting developments happened earlier as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a one-on-one discussion after um, Jay overheard them talking. Jay wanted to know whose side he was on and who is he still loyal whatsoever. But Sammy said that he's still loyal to the bloodline. So he just got here. So it kind of questions a lot of loyalty and divided loyalties among Sammy. Do he side with his friends or do he side with the people that he wanted to hang out with? It's kind of getting closer and closer. Well, it was an advantage match tonight on SmackDown. Advantage match as we saw the Usos lose to Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, who earned the victory and gained the advantage for Team Brawling Brutes at Survivor Series. So we're gonna see that match right here coming up. The Brawling Brutes getting the advantage over Sheamus, a one-man advantage. We'll see that match tomorrow's Survivor Series. Roman Reigns was not out there. He'll be there at Survivor Series War Games, so it's gonna be that type of match. We'll have to wait and see how that's gonna all play out. Look for the Team Brawling Brutes to win War Games, and it will cause friction with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline moving forward. So look for that coming ahead. Also, too, don't forget tomorrow after Survivor Series, we'll be at the Survivor Series press conference. What's gonna go down? We don't know, and we're gonna find out just like everybody else. So look forward to seeing that tomorrow for Survivor Series as well. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show as we present Survivor Series. Predict the outcome for all the match previews and predictions. I've been your host, Kendra Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you at Survivor Series War Games. See you later.